friends, welcome to this class. We're going to paint a landscape. Now this is a test piece. This is work in progress. It's not finished yet. So I wanted to show you what I did here. I just removed masking fluid and I'm going to paint these flowers. So if you'd like something like this to have like flowers that are more like vibrant and so on, use some masking fluid. Otherwise they're gonna look kind of like this basically. Free class in my other school at MWA. So it's mariaswatercoloracademy.com. It's a free class how to apply salt. So it's all about timing for this one. So we're going to wet the entire paper. If you need more time to apply colors wet on wet, I suggest to wet the back side of the paper. So you would flip your sheet, wet this back side for let's say 2-3 minutes depending on the size of your sheet, and flip it back and then wet the front side for 3-4 minutes. If it's this big, 3-4 minutes. So I just dipped my brush in water. Here's the thing, because I'm using a rough watercolor paper, I can do like a dry brushing thing where it's not like a perfect circle as you see. I'm just kind of scraping, and I want that kind of effect for these flowers. Here's my flat 40 brush, and I am just going to start wetting the paper. At first, I actually want a lot of water, and then as I get closer to it, applying colors, wet and wet, that's when I want to get rid of all that excess of water. So I'm just gonna push it off over the edges of my block. Here's my color palette, what it looks like now. So Iso Yellow, Imidazzolone Yellow, Raw Sienna, Quin Red, Burnt Sienna, Van Dyke Brown, Sap Green, Hooker's Green, Phthalo Blue, Indigo, and then for the flowers I have Cobalt Blue with Bright Violet. And then I'll continue wetting the paper. Now I am actually going to stick with this brush because I want to have nice coverage. So what I'm going to do is play a little bit with the sky. This is my Phthalo Blue, and then there's my Quinacridone Red. So quick strokes. Let's say I want to show there's some more clouds in here and there. Plus this area is kind of more like yellowish, I'd say. Well, not yellowish, but we have that glow from the sun. So first, I'm gonna make sure I have enough of the blue on top. This is Quinacridone Red with a Phthalo Blue. So first I cleaned my brush, and there's my yellow, and then a little bit of red, which will make it more orange-like. And I'm gonna go a little bit higher here. So we don't really see the same situation like happening in that reference, but I want that kind of transition of colors. So now I'm going a little closer to what the blues. Now be careful not to overly mix the colors because the colors can quickly become too muddy. So there's my orange again. It became too muddy. I'm gonna clean the brush. And I can tell right here I have way too much water. And then I'm going to grab this yellow, red, and some of that blue and go like right in here just to change the colors. Oops, picked up a little chunk of something. So this is, I'm changing things up, okay? So this is not exactly what you see in the reference. So this is all the three colors together, and then I'm going to work on some clouds as well. And I'm going to clean the brush here back to the yellows. So there's my Iso Yellow, Imidazzolone Yellow, some of the Raw Sienna here. And I'm going to start right here. More of that yellow here. Milk-like ratio. And this is where we have the meadow. And keep working. Don't stop even if you don't see it coming yet, because obviously this is just the first layer. Now here, or first the only layer, but these are our undertones. Here what you see is like I'm not covering the whole thing, right? But I want yellow as an undertone, if that makes sense, with a little bit of red to change the shade of my yellows. So Imidazzolone Yellow here. I want this to be like more like a milk-like ratio. And then some of the sap green. So a little more water here. Sap green, Imidazzolone Yellow. And I'm gonna try to keep this a little lighter overall. And this area here more with those greens. And I'm grabbing also like the Hooker's green here. I think it's, yeah, Hooker's green. So there's my sky area. Again, if you want to control the spreading, although I pulled too much a little bit, you want to use a damp, a squished brush on between the pieces of a towel. It is a damp brush. It's just you really want to get rid of that water. You do want the water. You don't want like a dry brush because it's easy to make it muddy. Yes, that's another way to do it with just a dry brush, but you have to be very careful. Blue if you have some, I don't almost, and then you add it in between. So let me clarify this. Green is a complementary color to red, red is a complementary color to green, but we're painting something green, right? So to create a natural shadow for that object, first you locate what is the local color. In this case, it's green, and that's why I'm adding a complementary color to that color, the local color, which is green, with so red, a complementary color, to create the natural shadow. You want to be very like observant, like not focus just on one little area, but follow like with your eyes, like scan the whole paper, see what's happening and everywhere else, because it's very easy to like have a bloom and you don't notice it. Cobalt blue. Now this is going to be very quickly become muddy, just FYI, only because we have grass, the colors of for the grass, which is the green. So try to clean your brush in between as much as you can, and just remember about the perspective, because we have flowers would be smaller in the background and much larger like this in the foreground. So cleaning my brush, and there's my bright rose. It's getting very like muddy, so just have to get more fresh paint and go like on the bottom of the flowers that you created with the masking fluid. When you look at the reference, everything around the sun is more yellowish because it has that glow from the sun. That's why I'm starting with this yellow, shade of a yellow. And this is ISO yellow and imidazolone yellow. And then like some plants. And okay, another thing I didn't mention, it has to be cream top like ratio between water and paint. If I grab anything that's more diluted with water, well, I'm gonna easily create a bloom. Now, I also see like how everything is drying so fast. I need to hurry up if I want to add these plants. And I'm gonna grab some of the raw sienna too. I forgot about my raw sienna here. Again, the more yellow plants would be like over where the sun area is. And then you break the lines because the sun is so strong here. Must have picked up some color. That's okay because I do want some browns in there too and greens. So we're painting meadow. Now I forgot, if we want to add some mountain, we still can. And then I was talking about these clouds. Well, it's a little late, but to paint those clouds, you would want a little bit of yellow, some blue. It's really late. I'm gonna just create a balloon by showing, but I feel like I should have showed you this. And you would just add, now it's actually it's pretty good timing now, but this is where you would add like a cream top like ratio on your brush and kind of like a circular motion. And this is cream top. I actually went where the mountains are supposed to be. So a little bit of clouds. What I should have done is left some spaces to stay paper-ish, white-ish, so there would be a contrast. So as you see, I'm grabbing like a dry paint, all three colors together, and just adding a little more darks on the bottom of these clouds. So yes, it's kind of like not my typical clouds, but that's because it's late, and I just realized I didn't add it, right? Well, for the mountains, I'm not going to bother now, but what you could do, actually we do have the time to do it. So grab the, for example, indigo, some of the yellows, reds, all of these cream top like ratio. And this is kind of the area. You need way more paint, and the time, like I'm running out of time. A little more water so I can reactivate these colors. this is still wet on wet. It's just that this is like the last moment to add these. This needs to be more water. So it's cream top. It's just, I'm very in a hurry to add it. I should have done this earlier. It's still wet, it's fine, but if I added it earlier, it would have been a little better. So now my job is to blend this part with this part. Otherwise it would just kind of look weird. So what I have to do is quickly grab paint, cream top like ratio, and actually go over here to add some of this grass. So the bottom connects here with this part. And now another thing is, thank you so much for your time, and please let me know if you have any questions.